Well, good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the Home Weather Office on this Wednesday. It's Wednesday morning. It's the 8th day of May, 2024. This is the morning briefing coming to you from the Home Weather Office. And as I look out the window from the Home Weather Office, not a cloud to be found. It is a good-looking day, but the winds are already picking up, especially in the valley. Nothing really stirring here at the Home Weather Office, but that's the way it'll go. Areas in the foothills, the lower foothills, sometimes don't see as much of the north wind, but I think everybody eventually will see some of the breeze here over the next 24 to 36 hours. And then it will die down, and we're going to be talking about some warmer weather ahead. So let's show you the satellite this morning. Really nice satellite, hardly a cloud to be found in the state. Even the marine layer has been pushed off the coast with that developing offshore wind, the wind coming like this. Big low up in here. As you can see, the cloud cover up here in Montana, Idaho, and into Wyoming. And it's that big low, and you can even see the circulation here. See how the clouds are dropping this way? That's just that north flow. So the low is up here. We have the north flow behind it. And off here up the coast, there's a high, and you have the north flow on the east side of the high, and all of that combines to set up a pretty good pressure gradient over California, bringing us those north winds. But yeah, not a cloud to be found. The only thing that the satellite won't pick it up is a good amount of pollen will be kicked up into the air. So let me show you what's happening this morning. Now, these are going to be the 8 o'clock observations, but what you're looking at here are the black temperatures, black numbers are temperatures. The red numbers are wind gusts. And then you can follow the wind barbs. So the wind barbs always point into the wind. So this is that north wind coming down the valley. And then you can see here, on the west slope, there's a bit of a northeast wind, and you go to the east side of the Sierra, and there's also some east wind. Let me zoom in on this a little bit. So currently, that's McClellan right there, has a gust of 33. Over here, I think that's the YOLO Flyers, 35-mile-an-hour gust. Sustained wind at 20, gusting to 35 at Travis Air Force Base, gust to 23. The wind will be a little bit less in the San Joaquin Valley, although we do have a gust of 28 in Stockton and 26 miles an hour in Modesto. But then you look at the foothills, and it'll take a second to load up here. In the foothills, the winds are generally going to be under 10 miles an hour until later on tonight. Come on, you can do it. It doesn't want to come up. But what we are going to see, there it is. Here's that easterly wind. There are going to be some spots. So you come down here toward Highway 49. The winds are pretty light. So I think this one is around Latrobe, a gust of 4 miles an hour. But then there's going to be a spot up here tonight, up here at the Hellhole Reservoir, which is right here. Easterly wind gusting to 38, and we're going to see more of that wind gust as we go through the night tonight, and especially into tomorrow night. So this is the way the model shows it at about 2 o'clock this afternoon. The areas highlighted in orange and red are the strongest winds, so you see that coming down the west side of the valley, and including Yolo, Solano County, and a lot of Sacramento County as well. But look at the difference between, let's say, the Sacramento, West Sacramento area here and Folsom. It'll be breezy in Folsom, but not as gusty as you'll see in West Sacramento. So just to drive down Highway 50, you go from a breeze to a rather gusty wind, and then you go through the rest of Amador County and El Dorado County, a lot less wind, until you get up here on the east side, I should say the west side of the crest of the Sierra, and there the winds are a little bit stronger. So again, that's 2 o'clock this afternoon. Let's go ahead to about 8 o'clock this evening. The pattern really doesn't change all that much. But during the night tonight, that downslope wind starts to increase. Let's go ahead another couple of hours here. So it's 8 o'clock tonight. Let's go to the 2 o'clock in the morning. So here, it's breezy in the valley. The winds on the west side of the valley are decreasing. But here is that downslope wind. It really comes down the Feather River Canyon, as well as up here at the Hellhole Reservoirs at the head of the Rubicon, if you will, the Rubicon River. Which eventually goes into the American. And so that canyon right there tends to be rather windy. We may even get some of that wind in areas like Pollock Pines, maybe toward Camino, but usually the foothills are a little bit more protected than the model shows there. And then let's get into the daylight hours on Thursday. This is 11 o'clock in the morning on Thursday. It's still breezy on the west side of the valley, but not like what we'll see today. And the winds on the west slope are decreasing. And then let's go a little bit later in time to Thursday evening. And now the winds are back down to your normal range, a 5 to 15 mile an hour wind. So yes, kind of windy today in some areas, a little bit less tomorrow, and then by tomorrow evening it all goes away. So that's what we've got to talk about, because here's that low off to the east that I showed you on the satellite. Here's that high moving in. And as we go through the next couple of days, and as I mentioned, we have that gradient. Then we get into the day Friday, that low begins to fill and move in, really relaxes the gradient, and then the high takes over. And with that, we are expecting daytime highs to be up around 90 degrees in the valley for the first time. Perhaps as early as Friday, as Saturday, and Sunday could all be in that, let's say in the valley, 88 to 92 range. There should be a little bit of a dip on Monday as the weather system goes by. We'll get more of an onshore flow, bringing in slightly cooler weather, but we'll be talking about highs still well into the 80s. And once that little wave goes by, temperatures will likely warm again toward Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, probably going back up above 90 degrees. So we are expecting some warmer weather, and it's going to feel a lot more like, mid-May, if you will, with these daytime highs in the 90s. But as I mentioned a couple of days ago, the first time we get 90, it takes a little getting used to. You maybe use the AC for the first time this year, that sort of thing. Once we get into July, a 90-degree day is a cool day, but the first time we do it in May, it's like, this is a little uncomfortable. So just kind of keep that in mind the next couple of days as we do get into that warmer weather by the weekend. So that's everything I've got for you this morning. The weather's relatively quiet other than the wind and warmer weather. This morning briefing, relatively brief. Make it a great day. I'll talk with you later.